All right, so we're gonna get this going here. I'm feeling a little frustrated right now. Last night, I'm feeling like just a terrible dad. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Last night, I'm walking through my house, and my kids are all on some device or another: computer screens, tablets, phones. I mean, everything under every electronic known to man was playing in my house last night, all at the same time. So I started just feeling like, you know what? I really need to do something about this. I need to minimize how much time my family is spending apart from each other on their computer screens. But you know what? Then if I kick them off their devices and they're all grouchy and angry, what do? They start fighting with each other, or they start irritating me because now I actually have to be a parent. And, it's easier for me to do what I want to do if I let the screens babysit them. And so I don't know if anybody else is struggling with this, but if maybe I'm the only crappy parent out there, and if I am, well, that doesn't help me feel any better whatsoever. So I guess what I'd ask is, let me know if I'm alone and I'm just a crappy parent, or if this is something you guys are struggling with in your own homes. It'd be great to at least know that I'm not alone in this department. So I started thinking about, if we were to take and look at how much time my children spend on their devices, and we were to average it out. If I got 3 kids in the house right now, it's 4 total, but one's in college. That's how old I am. If I averaged out their screen time, non-productive screen time, how much time are my children spending on their devices? And it really kind of started to convict me, and I felt like, I said, well, Dana, how much time are you spending on a screen time? How much time are you putting into watching whatever it is on your Facebook or YouTube or whatever, non-productive? This is separate from work issues or what you're doing at work to make a living, your gainful employment. If it's based on computer time or your phone time, that's separate. But how much time is non-productive that you are just wasting? I don't want to say wasting, but on your screen, entertaining yourself. And if you were to actually look, and you can go right in your phone and check how much time you're spending each day, how much is a normal amount of time? How much is a healthy amount of time? And so I started wondering about, what I spoke about yesterday, and, the things in our lives that are dragging us down, whether it's anxiety or fear, or, I mentioned a whole bunch of things yesterday. And then I'm like, telling you, well, pick up a stone and cast it, and God knows what your enemy's weakness is. And I started thinking, well, what's a practical way to pick up a stone? And I started, so listen, I started reading 1 John chapter 5. And what a beautiful, beautiful chapter, and in the Bible. And if you haven't read that recently, I'm going to urge you to go and read that, because the urgency in which the writer is talking to the reader, it's profound. And so slow yourself down and read through that slowly. Go through it prayerfully. Literally stop and pray. Leave whatever is holding you back. I'm going to say bring it before the judge. Whatever's got you in your heart, so you're feeling anxiety or you're feeling convicted, I'm going to tell you right now, go before the judge. So put yourself in the defendant's chair. Go before the judge and ask him for leniency and forgiveness on whatever shame and guilt has got you. So when you read this, you can see God's heart. And he talks about, he's talking to children. And this is what got me thinking about, being talked to when he's talking to us as children of God. That when our children, they love us up to a certain age, really unconditionally. Like, they don't realize that we're crappy parents until they get older and they look back and then they're like, yeah, no, dad was a crappy dad, or whatever the case may be. So I think this is like, he's saying, like children who love their parents unconditionally. And then the first part of that chapter, the writer is saying, to love God, we must fulfill his commandments. But then he says, like children, basically, if we do this, those commandments aren't even hard to do. It's not burdensome to do this. That we can live by his commandments and it's easy to do. And so, but it comes down to, I think, first and foremost, going before him in that defendant's chair and laying all that stuff down, asking for forgiveness for the things that are bringing shame and guilt. Listen, it's not your fault. We live in a broken world. We all have the same flesh. We all live in the same broken world. Stop beating yourself up and stop hating on yourself. Bring it before the God. Go right into the courtroom. Bring it before God. Ask for leniency and let him put the verdict and tell you that, he's acquitting you on all charges. Now we can, like children, we can start to see God's love when we start realizing he's forgiving us for all that stuff that we've done. And then what I'm saying, on the end of John 5, here's where things kind of like took a turn for me. When there is a stark, the writer is saying, listen, be careful of idols. What are you making an idol in your life? And he said, children, be weary of those idols, right? Just read through the whole chapter, but at the end, this is what he's saying. And I was thinking about those phones, my time on the phone. And those idols, what he's saying be wary of is it will bring separation between you and God, first and foremost, especially if those idols are premeditated sin or the things that we're doing that are literally going against the commandments of God, or the things that we know morally are wrong because the Bible has laid out an incredible moral compass that we need to follow. And it is a great benchmark. So I think he's saying, what are you putting in your life that first and foremost is an idol that is separating us from God because it's a premeditated sin? And we all know what they are. I'm not even going to list them off. You know what's going on in your life. So he's saying be wary of this, because with that stuff in place, you can't go before Jesus Christ and feel his love necessarily. It's going to bring separation. Just like when Jesus was on the cross and he is bearing the weight of your sin and my sin, he cries out, Lord, God, why have, he feels the separation. He cries out to God, like, why is this happening? And I don't remember the exact words or the exact Bible verse, but there is a separation, and it grieves Jesus' heart greatly because of the separation he is feeling from God. I believe for the first time ever in all of their existence together, and after all of it, this is his first time. And it was your sin and my sin that put that into his heart, and that separation. He cries out. And so I think we need to go before the judge, and we need to deal with those idols that are causing a separation. And here's a practical thing. If you look at your phone and you're spending, 2 or 3 hours a day non-productive on your phone, I mean, D's Daily Devo, that's productive time. So don't count that in there. That's a joke. But what I'm saying is if you're spending 3-4 minutes a day praying to God, how much time are you in his word? How much time are you giving up to God? Are you starting your day off giving him the best part of your day? Or you're saying, I'm going to give you the first fruits of my day, my eyes awake, or are you opening up that phone, going on Facebook, going on YouTube? Again, if it's D's Daily Devo, that's different. But no, seriously though, like, are you putting your phone in the distractions of this world? And if you looked at how much time you're spending doing that, it's causing you not to spend that time that you could otherwise be communing with God, praying or reading his word, or getting to understand his love. Because I'll tell you what, read through John 5, and 1 John 5, and you can't help but see he is like trying to shake you so you get his love. He's like, come on, people, you got to understand the goodness of God. You have to understand his love. He is pleading with you to understand his love. But if you're not reading that because you're on your phone watching cute cats climb up trees or whatever it is you're doing, you will miss how great he is. And then we kind of just get stuck in the same circle, never working on anything. So I'm trying to give us a practical application right now. Let's see what we're spending our time on. In the phone, you can literally see what that is. It's an easy one to check. And then ask yourself, how much time did I spend with God today? My non-productive time could be productive. And I'm not saying we can't have rest time. I'm not saying there's not a time to enjoy the craziness of cats or whatever it is you're watching on there. But how much time are you spending in his word, communing with him, praying? Get to know him. Read through 1 John 5 and get to understand his love. And then you can really start to lay down those things, because when we start to understand who he is and what he is in our lives and how much it means to him to have that relationship with him, man, I think all of a sudden the things that are holding us back, we can start to deal with them, start to put them in perspective, stop making them idols in our lives. I hope you all liked what I had to say. This was it's just from my heart, and I truly believe it's something that we can do to show God how much he means to us. So go ahead and hit like, subscribe, leave me a comment. Again, what do you need me to pray for? Let me pray for you. I want to pray for you. Just leave me a comment. If you're not comfortable, you can reach back out, through Facebook. You can find me on there and, message me, whatever it is, so I can start to pray for you and help you to maybe combat some of the stuff in your life. Y'all have a blessed day.